Kia ora, welcome everybody. Today I wanted to offer a couple of practices to upregulate our nervous system. So we often in yoga focus on down regulation, on calming the nervous system, on bringing us from hyperarousal down into our window of tolerance. And what I mean by window of tolerance is that place where our nervous system is functioning at its best, where we're able to make wise choices, where we feel energetic and creative and calm and grounded. But there is a real benefit in learning some practices for those moments when we feel the opposite of hyperaroused. So hypoaroused, meaning we're just lacking motivation, drive. So in those moments, it might be helpful to stimulate the nervous system. So what we'll do is a couple of movements and a breathing practice that can set us on that path. Okay, so we're going to start just as we often do by taking a moment to check in. The assumption with this is that you are feeling low and lacking in energy. However, if you just want to practice it regardless, that's okay as well. But take a moment to just check in with yourself. Notice the way you're feeling. Notice your breathing. And perhaps there's that connection that you can note between the way the breath is moving and the way you're feeling. So beginning to just tune in to what are the sensations happening? How is my breathing? How are those connected? Good. And then we're going to begin with some movement. So the practice will be short and quick, but just a way to kind of ramp things up. So we'll take the hands or the fingertips to the shoulders. And this is a combination of a breathing practice and a movement to help to upregulate. So what we're doing is twisting quite quickly. And as you twist one way, you're inhaling. And as you twist the other way, you're exhaling. And so just going side to side like that. Continuing for maybe a minute or so. And then slowing that down until you completely stop, letting the arms rest and taking a moment just again to check in. You might place a hand at your chest or your belly and just feel the breath here or the heartbeat that might have sped up a little bit there. Good. So another movement that you can do either from seated or from standing is simple arm circles or arm movements. Again, we'll use that in combination with the breath, but slightly different practice this time. So the inhalation, arms come up, exhalation, arms come down. You're not trying to slow the breath, but rather just connect the breath and the movement, inhaling, exhaling. Deliberate breath in as you reach up. Deliberate breath out as you come back down. If that hurts your shoulders, it may be that your movement is opening on the inhale, closing on the exhale. Waking up some energy in the body as you take these movements. Two more. Once more. And just taking again a moment to pause, check in. Again, you could place hands to your body just to notice the breath, the heartbeat, and if that has had any effect for you. third practice that we'll do is called wood chopper. This one probably easiest to do from standing. Possible to do from a chair if that's how you feel more comfortable. I'm going to move back so you can see what I'm doing here. We're interlacing the hands and making a fist with our interlaced hands. And this is a combination of breath and movement. As you inhale, you're lifting your hands, your arms up, and as you exhale, swinging them down, even making a sound if that's okay for you. So the inhale, the exhale, the inhale, the exhale. So if this hurts your back, you can move the arms and not the torso. But if it feels okay, you might let your whole torso come forward on that. Do that a few times as quickly or slowly as works for you. Two more. And then again, releasing and pausing, noticing the heartbeat, noticing the breath as you finish that action. Awesome. We'll release the hands and one more standing practice. Again, this one can be done from sitting and it's just shaking. Okay. So what we're doing is shaking out the body, shaking the hands and moving up, including the lower part of your arms and continuing up, including the upper arms and shoulders. And then with the legs, you might like to lift and shake your legs individually or keep the feet grounded and kind of paddle your knees out. Just adding some shaking throughout the body as a way of moving energy around, lifting perhaps the nervous system. And if you'd like, including the head, and we'll just do that for a couple more moments, shaking it out. And as you finish that off, again, taking that moment to pause and notice the way you feel. Awesome. And we'll come back to sit if you have chosen to stand up, and we'll take one breathing practice to finish off. This one is called Kapalabhati breathing, and it's an upregulating breath. The focus is on a quick breath. So you're using the muscles of your stomach to really pull back on your exhalation. The inhalation it will just happen. You don't have to pay so much attention to it, but the exhale is strong and sharp, and you're pulling the stomach muscles back. So we'll do it in rounds of 10. Let's say we'll do 3 rounds of 10. I'll demonstrate if you're not familiar with it. It's easiest to do if your nose is not blocked. So we're breathing in and out through the nose, but it's quite a strong and quick exhalation. So it sounds a little bit like this. That's the pacing. So it's quite quick. Those exhales, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but I am pulling back my belly on each exhale. It might be helpful to have your hands there at your belly. So let's give it a go together. We'll start by inhaling. And 10 rounds, as you exhale, you're pulling back through the belly. The inhale will just naturally follow. We'll pause after those 10, take a couple of just normal breaths. And then if you'd like another round, inhaling, pulling back as you exhale 10 times. A couple of cycles of normal breathing. And again, inhale if you'd like to take that third cycle and begin. Take a moment to pause. Notice the way you feel. My hope is that perhaps you've learned some new skills there to help you in those moments, those instances where you're feeling a little bit perhaps disconnected from yourself, a little bit lethargic, lacking motivation. And hopefully, those skills can help you to kind of just ramp things up a little bit when you feel you need that little bit of energy. So, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.